Today is the Gold Elephant Book Review Part 2. And today I'm going to focus on Michael Fray Salters himself. Now, even though he was intertwined into part 1 of the book review and part 1 of this book, it was the perspective of a woman. But I did grasp a lot of things about his character, and it showed without saying, right? So I'm going to tell you more of what I learned about Michael Fray. Now, Michael Fray gave a lot of opportunities to men who came from a very similar background that he did. He understood all of the adversities and everything that is up against us as black people, but he wanted to show young men exactly how to move. As a result of how he moved, he got respect from the whole city and other cities and states too. I learned specifically of how he was moving from state to state and building connections as he went. And a lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily check in and let it be known that this is what they doing and be comfortable with that or have longevity in that in other cities. A lot of people can't do it. But being who he was, moving the way he did, and always showing respect to people, that's what he got. Major connection. This book really showed how diplomatic Michael Fray was. This book showed how much of a protector that he was, and sometimes it goes overboard. You know, sometimes, because, like, if you say in a scenario where a nigga cursing you out, but you got this powerful man, you know what I mean, and he not gonna let that slide, and you really don't want him to let it slide because that's gonna make him look a certain type of way, but you don't want him to take it overboard. He takes it overboard and it's out of your control. You know, what if, and this happens a lot, what if a situation like that happens, it gets taken overboard, somebody end up dead, or somebody ends up severely hurt, and then the blame is on you for trying to defuse it after it blows up. He protected his relationship to a very high extent, but some things always slip through the cracks, whether that be women or just the messiness that comes with that lifestyle. And some of it, I felt like he was protecting her from the truth. And he was powerful enough to do so, you know, in so many words. It's hard to do. And just think about it. Because in today's time, a man really can't have a lot of girlfriends, can't be messing with a lot of women and things like that. And I've heard of the view that Michael Fray was a ladies' man, right? So I think that him being in love, he protected that love. But he also protected her from seeing how he was in the nightlife, you know, seeing how he mingled with women. And that is very respectful, but at the same time, you gotta allow somebody to have the truth and to do what they want to do with that truth. Whether they want to move on, whether they want to, you know, stay, but they need to know. I think that he put a lot of faith into his city, and he put a lot of love into his city. He put a lot of sweat and hard work into the person that he became. And he became powerful for a good reason, you know. It bothers me that after a person dies, people just literally move on in this city. You know, they just on to the next thing. It bothers me that somebody close to him decided to turn. You know, it bothers me. What can we learn from it? protect your power as well. I think that this book showed how much he protected everybody else. And he didn't protect himself much because he thought he didn't have to. He thought about everybody else so much and the city so much. How can you expect somebody from that same city to take you out? A lot of people wouldn't think that. Especially if you hold a certain amount of power. Protect your power. Protect your peace. No, you can never... It's certain things that you gotta realize when you have power. You can never really be alone because that's when somebody can really get you. You gotta really be with people, not only that would shoot, but wouldn't turn a gun on you. It's very unfortunate. Protect your power. This perspective to me was the perspective of a young man that really looked up to Michael Fray. And for a good reason, if you are thinking about the money, the cars, the flashiness. But you really have to think about if you can handle it. And this perspective also showed the ups and downs that this young man faced. And basically, what it translated to for me was his rise and fall, but readjusting as well. And as a reflection on Michael Fray and the character that he possessed, a lot of people were grateful to have been in his presence or came across him, had a conversation with him, etc. What it seems to me like is there are no regrets when it comes to a person that came across Michael Fray. Even in the woman's perspective, she always was grateful and thankful for Michael Fray coming into her life. Whatever the result was, you know, them breaking up or going their separate ways, however you want to put it, you can still be grateful and thankful to the person that you experience life with, you know. And a lot of times, that's what I be telling y'all. Within DC, it is a lot of hate, but we get into these small groups. And we are really family, you know. We do really look out for each other. And there are some snakes in the grass and things like this. Like Michael Fray's murder had to happen for people to see that as an example, like, oh shit, maybe I need to cut a few people off that are just too desperate. Or if I fall on hard times, how are people going to react to that? How people gonna take it? They ain't gonna wanna mess with me no more. They not gonna wanna be around me no more because they can't benefit. I told y'all, if something happened like this and you got a boss and they lose it all, and then that result in you losing it all, I suggest you go get something yourself. Don't get mad at him because he can't give to you. Don't get mad at the next man because they can't reach down and give to you. You got to get up and get it yourself. It's no excuse. Especially if you got kids and you got bills and you stressed out. What you going to do? You going to continue to trade on your people? On people that looked out for you when they was good and made sure you was good? I would never do that. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. And this perspective was a very great character, I can tell. And I appreciated both perspectives because we did need that, you know. It's two great examples of he could be different in the woman's perspective and the man's perspective, but he isn't. His character always showed to be the protector, to be the provider, to be respected, and to give respect as well. Did it bite him? Yeah. But his soul is resting. Homeboy is doing his time. And what is incredible about it is Michael Fray's name will always ring bells for the character that he possesses. And I always say that. He's just about the only person whose name still rings bells for positivity. That's big. That's huge. There is some negativity. I'm not ignoring that. But can we talk about the positive? Can we? Like a person's character. That's what's important. It's your girl, B. Octavia, and I will see y'all in my next video. Make sure y'all like this one, comment, and subscribe. And we on to another day.